Hey everybody, this is Will hanging out at NAMM 2022, hanging out at the Audient booth with my buddy Harry. Harry, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no worries.
So on the channel, we talk so much about audio interfaces.
Yep.
And I have seen you guys, particularly, I've seen this one before on
Yep.
Sweetwater, I believe.
Okay.
And they look awesome. What is kind of unique about what you guys do? And then can you walk us through the ecosystem? And then I see some brand new products that I'm excited to learn about.
Indeed, yeah. So Audient as a brand's been around for over 20 years now, starting from making like large format analog recording consoles.
Okay.
And since then we've moved, as the world got more and more digital and stuff, we branched into audio interfaces, mic preamps, that kind of thing. And then in more recent years moved from the sort of Audient and the ID range that you see here to a kind of a new sub-brand called Evo, which is the Evo 4, Evo 8 and fresh off the press Evo 16.
Sweet.
So one of the things that I guess we try to do, I guess differently, or we try and do, especially with the ID range. So the ID range, our sort of main feature, as it were, on them is the fact that all of the preamps are Audient console mic preamps. So they're the exact same preamps that are found in our large format consoles, found in studios worldwide. So and even down to even in our smallest ID interface, which is just a single mic preamp, you know, very simple sort of home studio type vibe or location recording type thing. You've still got the console mic preamp. So we try and pride ourselves on top audio quality for like a decent value sort of offering.
That's great. So the same mic pre's I could get in a large format console.
Exactly. Yeah.
I get one of those
in one of these.
That's
for
great.
Sure. And
That's
then
awesome.
so with Evo though, we've where the ID range and Audient is a bit more professional. You will find it in full recording studios all over the place. Evo was created as a kind of a way of making recording easier for people, like trying to bring people into recording and also add some more kind of smart features that the general audio interface sort of sphere of the world doesn't necessarily have.
Okay.
So on the Evo products, on all of them from the smallest one, Evo 4, up to the largest one, Evo 16, you have this smart gain button. So basically what this will allow you to do is automatically set the mic input levels perfectly in only under 20 seconds.
Okay.
So for maybe a beginner or for someone who's working on their own, maybe they've got a little home setup, they want to just quickly jam out a song or something, they can use that to just not even have to worry, it's going to sound fine. You press it and you're away. Something like an Evo 16, which is our new 8-channel interface. Suddenly, if you're wanting to, let's say, record drums or record your band, you can set all 8 channels in 15-20 seconds.
So I have this same functionality on all 8 channels.
Same functionalities on all 8 channels here. This one also can be expanded. So I would say that Evo 4 is perfect if you want something to, just throw in your bag, take with you, or maybe you just want a very basic little home studio setup. Evo 16 is great if maybe you have a band and you're wanting to maybe start recording together. You can expand it digitally with like 8-channel preamps and things, so you can have up to 24 channels to do like a proper band recording if you really want to.
Now, and I assume the answer is no, but when I add those additional channels, can I do the gain feature?
No, so the gain feature is just on the internal
it's just
preamps.
analog.
But yeah, so and with the Evo, the difference between the two. Obviously, you've got the console mic preamps, the top-notch converters on here. We've actually redesigned the preamps completely from scratch on here to allow for the smart gain feature. You can access it from software. We call them digitally controlled analog preamps.
Great, that's awesome.
So basically, it depends what you want from your setup. Basically, they're both the ID range and the Evo range sound wicked. These ones are probably aimed a bit more for people who need a helping hand getting started, and the ID ranges for people maybe who have wanting a bit more potentially a professional kind of look for things.
And I love this feature because if I had this 25 years ago when I started recording, I would have so many recordings back that were just overdriven, overgained, that are lost. So that's huge. Now, before we wrap up, could you talk me through outputs on each of these interfaces?
Yeah, sure. So Evo 4 being the sort of smallest of the Evo range, let me see if I can just rip it up here. So it has a instrument input on the front, which will come in on channel 1. You've got a high-powered headphone output. All of the controls are done on the unit itself.
Okay. So this could be that's my volume control.
That is the volume control. That's your individual gain control. So obviously you can still manually set the gain for these. You're not having to do the smart gain all the time. So this knob basically controls everything. You've got your low latency monitor mix and everything, so you can listen to your inputs without any latency.
And that low latency mix is the headphone output on
headphone output and the speaker output. Yeah.
Okay, great.
So, and this one has 2 mic inputs and 2 line outputs, so 2 speaker outputs. So very simple. You know, you can plug in your mics, you can plug in your line level equipment if you have like a synth or something like that.
Great. And just to clarify, because I know my crowd is we're typically outputs because we're on stage. So does this output and the headphone output share the same?
So on this one, yep, the headphone outputs. On this one, we have a smart mute, which basically means that when you plug in your headphones, it cuts the outputs to your speakers.
That's a great feature for people just getting started.
Exactly. Yeah. So no more like feedback or anything like that.
That's awesome.
On the larger interfaces though, we actually have a bit more options for things.
Okay.
So with this one, we have two instrument inputs, 3 sets of headphone outputs for monitoring. These are also independently controllable. So this comes with a software mixer, which will allow you to change all of the routing and all that kind of stuff. So you have 4 inputs with inserts if you want to run live like outboard gear, like a compressor or something onto your inputs. You have 4 sets of outputs. But you can basically control exactly what gets sent to all of these through the software mixer.
That's awesome.
And then Evo 16, again, like you have 2 inputs on the front, 6 outputs on the back, but you have a ton of outputs on here now, so you have 8 line outputs. Lots of digital outputs if you want to run it to headphone systems or anything like that, and expand it digitally with inputs as well.
And is this controllable by software as well too?
So that's all completely routed. You can control it in exactly the same way, similar software, control exactly what gets sent to all of the different outputs.
Are all of these USB-C connectivity?
USB-C connectors, but they're USB 2 protocol.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, these are great. Like, these are super. I love the design of them.
Yes.
I love the simplicity of these guys. And then I could very see some of my very discerning audiophile friends that I like want the best. Taking this, taking it on the go. I mean, it feels portable enough to go to a remote recording situation to use. So this is super cool. Where can folks go to learn more about what you guys have to offer?
For the Audient side of interfaces, you can go to audient.com.
Okay.
And for anything Evo related, it's evo.audio.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, Harry, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is great. Make sure to check out those links. These interfaces look awesome. I'm super excited. If you're recording and looking for high quality, I think you can't go wrong with Audient. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. To see the rest of our NAMM 2022 coverage, click the link in the description of this video. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.